Hey guys, it's Rufus. The first setup will be for Clubhouse on the basement site. As mute, you'll go to the top floor and set up a roam, which will start with reinforcing the jacuzzi wall and placing one jammer onto it. Next, you'll open the gym hatch and create a rotation into bathroom. One mute jammer will be placed in the stall, and after, you'll head to construction. In here, you can place one mute jammer under this doorway, which covers the cash doorway, and then put another mute jammer on this doorway. Finally, you'll open the construction hatch and make a rotate to logistics. Below this rotate, make some small peek holes so that you can watch the kitchen hatch. I like this setup because it's really easy to waste time and stay alive. I'll always play around construction because from this angle I can destroy Habana pellets and occasionally get picks. Also, note that you can use the open hatches to retreat to the first floor. On Consulate, this strat is for the garage site. You'll want to reinforce all 4 of these bathroom walls and open the garage hatch. If you can, setting a shield here or some ADSs can also be very helpful. Bathroom is a very strong anchor position. It's difficult to contest, and there are also a lot of angles that the bathroom player can use. One that is very popular is when you stand onto this stall. You can peek over it and kill anybody that walks in the bathroom. Once the attackers have put enough pressure, you can always fall down this hatch and be back in sight. On Coastline, I like to roam around security and main lobby. This strat works on every site and you can use whatever operator you want to, although I wouldn't suggest always using it for penthouse because usually the attackers ignore the first floor on that site. This is because you can take advantage of some good angles, and also rotating through security can be very powerful. If the attackers decide to push office, you can always contest it, destroy a drone or two, and fall back. But if the attackers don't contest it, you can rotate into office and through blue bar. On Hookah, this control is good for getting nitro picks on site or in aquarium. On the double bar site, this is good for creating angles into sunrise or blue bar. On kitchen, this is powerful since you can flank any attackers that are in sunrise. So overall, the point is that roaming around this area is a very strong position that you can use to your benefit on every site. The next map is Border, and for this I have a strat where you can use either Smoke or Tachanka. For armory lockers, I always like anchoring in the small office. What I do is reinforce this one wall and set up footholds here. This is so that I can prone and watch the attackers that walk into sight. It's very hard to contest this angle if you're an attacker, so I usually have a lot of success with this. And if the attackers try to plant on my reinforced wall, I will just throw a smoke canister and get them off of there. I always place my shield right here because if anybody gets onto the archives window, they can see into small office, so this shield helps a lot with an archives take. I'll also barricade this window because sometimes people will just rush into this doorway and try to peek you in small office. And even though the metal detectors and potential barbed wire makes a lot of sound, you can push in faster than the defenders can react. On Oregon, this is a roam strat for the kitchen dining site. You can play any operator that you want, but you will need to either have a teammate make destruction or do it yourself. So anyway, this roam setup is based around kids, dorms, and games. If you open this hatch in dining, you can open the top of this wall too and see into dining. This is a really useful angle. You'll want to reinforce the attic and kids walls. What this does is turns kids into a bunker that you can play in, but this doesn't mean you'll be playing in just kids. We can barricade off attic and trophy so that this area becomes safer to play around, and so you can play around white stairs or utilize some angles from above in order to help out your team. If you do get pushed upstairs though, kids is the easiest position to hold because not only do you have cover, but you can have your teammates watch your door from below, and when you're done holding upstairs, you can just drop the hatch. You can also run out master since a lot of teams will just go for a full small tower push. Because of this, it can be pretty easy to find someone out here. Ultimately, this is a very versatile setup that you can use against any type of take. For cafe, this is another roam setup but on the kitchen site. On kitchen, it is very common for the attackers to clear top down, and because of this, the meta on cafe has been changing slightly over time. Teams are setting up roams with usually 2 operators and a lot of drone denial. This is very hard to counter and waste a lot of time because of how big cafe is. It's extremely easy for the defenders to just keep falling back and waste almost 2 minutes. That is not an exaggeration either. Usually it will be around a minute and a half, but that is still a huge amount of time to waste on just clearing 2 floors. You can waste a serious amount of time with this roam, and it can be done by yourself too. I would suggest playing more conservative though if you're by yourself because an attacker could come out of nowhere. On Villa for trophy, this is a roam setup below site. You'll be playing either Pulse or Valkyrie and go for nitro picks below site, while also having the ability to flank and roam according to the attacker's push. You'll want to use some reinforcements on the pantry and laundry wall, and in addition, I advise making holes here if you can, because then your teammates can cover memorial from above. Make sure you barricade off pantry, memorial, bikes, and living room. And lastly, if you open the astronomy hatch, a teammate can watch these stairs. For theme park, I've got another roam setup. Theme is a very big and open map, and if you open the office wall and the bunk wall, you can create very long angles that peek into initiation, control room, and then another angle that watches office and bathroom. It's very easy to catch the attackers off guard with this tactic, and you can also use these holes as rotations. You can start the round playing close up on Dragon and then keep falling back after destroying a drone, but once you've fallen back as far as possible, just set up a long angle, get a pick, and fall back. For Chalet, I've got a very strong anchor position on the master bedroom site. What I do is reinforce 3 walls here and open rotations next to all of them. This is really good for watching the bathroom and piano. You can also set up a shield here to give you cover walking through this rotation. You'll want these 2 walls reinforced too, but usually a teammate will get that. Overall, not much to say about this strat because really all you do is anchor in the small position and adjust based on where the attackers push. On Canal, this strat is for the radar site. I like to set up below site with Legion, and what I do is set goo mines at these 3 doorways, and I also barricade off this door. You can experiment with how you want to make the rotates, but I like to reinforce off kitchen as to give myself more cover in this area. From below site, you can use these angles to watch the walk-in from Breach and Skybridge. It's pretty safe to do this by yourself because usually you won't be pushed below site, but you will have the intel for it in case it happens. On Outback, this is a strat for party and office. Now a lot of the time, defenders will try and contest Bull with shields, but this can be difficult to do. Bull is a very hard place to play, and if the attackers are pushing from both games and mezzanine, then Bull is easy to take. However, if you extend into games and reinforce all of the walls in this room, you can turn games into a bunker. This now makes it very difficult to take games control, and now much harder to take Bull control. I will usually use Alibi here because I can open head holes here with a rotation and a final shield in this position. Along with that, I have various places I can set up my prismas to be protected. I have a lot of success with this strat because it's very hard to push this, and my teammates can help me out too. If you want to support my Patreon, please consider visiting the link in the description below. And also don't forget to follow me on Twitter. You can talk to me there, or you can go to my Discord server where you can take polls, you can ask questions, and you can just chat with the community. That's all I have to say for this video, and if you learned something, give the video a like, and if you want to see more content like this, then subscribe. Toodles!